Okay. So if you like to go for walks in the park, maybe you notice a few changes that are occurring, like, the leaves turning a darker shade of green. And I notice the bird song, all the different birds. This is the last time I did that. I noticed, and it sounded like a concert. There was even a woodpecker for, the percussion section. And it was glorious. And it inspired me. So that was Sunday, that particular walk. And it inspired me to bring some birds into our class. And the birds help to remind us that the bird poses, that we are connected to the natural world. We're not separate from it. We are part of the ecosystem. We're not separate. Okay, so before I say that a third time, let's close our eyes and come inside. Take a deep breath in. Hold it for a count of 3, and then exhale slowly, slowly, and then hold the emptiness for a count of 3. And continue to do that at your own pace, knowing that that retention of breath called kumbhaka is helps to sharpen your focus. Holding, retaining, and then letting go slowly, and then holding the emptiness. The slower your exhale, the better for your body and for your nervous system, because that exhale triggers the parasympathetic nervous system, which puts you into the mode of rest and digest as opposed to fight and flight. And I like to call it relax and repair. And the longer that breath, the more potent it is, that exhale, that part of your breath. Return to your natural rhythm of breathing and gently open your eyes. So bring your hands alongside your hips, and you're not going to walk your right hand out this time like we normally do, maybe just a little to give you a little space. Left arm alongside left ear, same as usual. Bend right elbow, same as usual, but you're not going to go out to the right so much as you're going to reach up and curve to the right so that you can feel a more deliberate stretch on your left side body, really reaching up. And notice the difference when you're not all the way over here. You have a deeper stretch, a bit deeper. This helps your oblique muscles, your core muscles. Push into the mat, bring both arms to center. And let's do the same thing on the other side, keeping your left hand a little closer to your body as you reach your right arm up first before you stretch over to the left. And see if you feel the difference. A deeper stretch, a longer stretch on your right side body. Bring both arms up to center. Send your arms back behind you, yoga mudra, behind you, knuckles on the earth, baby back bend. Inhale, exhale, fold over your legs, any amount. Allow your arms to relax on your back body. And then lift them up a little bit and send them straight back behind you so that you're kind of pulling on your shoulders just a little bit to open up your shoulders. If you have nice flexible shoulders, you might want to lift your knuckles up a little bit or a lot. You might send them up to the ceiling or anywhere in between. And then wherever your knuckles are, allow them to help you unfold as you come back up right. Right. Take a deep breath. Inhale, and then on an exhale, twist to your right, look over your right shoulder. Bring your right hand closer to your back body. Now, there's nothing wrong with sending your arm out a little bit because you may have seen that in classes. However, the reason I like to do it this way is it keeps your spine nice and long and straight. And if you can bring your arm back and that feels good, the only thing I ask of you is still to keep your spine long and straight. That's why I ask you to bring it close to your hip, so that your hand close to your hip, so that you are forced to have a nice, long, beautiful spine. Place your left hand on your right thigh, right arm alongside right ear. Push just ever so slightly, you're just touching to encourage that hip to stay down as you stretch over to the left. Then bring both arms up to center. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. Place your right hand on your left thigh, side stretch to the right. Bring both arms up to center, swing your arms around you, bring your hands to the mat, fingers pointing forward. Open up your heart a little bit more. Let's do some dragon's breath. They're not birds, but they fly, right? So send your nose to the sky. Inhale through the nose, ha, sigh through the mouth. Ha, ha, once more. Ha, push off your hands, fold forward any amount. And just slowly and gently unfold. Okay. Send your Legs straight out behind you, shake them out, rotate them. Right. Come to Dandasana, elbows back, toes to the sky, leg muscles active, long, straight mountain spine. Inhale and exhale. This time you're going to add your knees. Inhale, exhale, point and straighten. Inhale, bend and flex. Go at your pace. You don't have to go at the speed I'm going. I'm going a little bit slower, or maybe it's fast for you. So go at your pace. And then next time your hands are at your heart, pause. And we are going to begin our bird poses with robin's breath. So you can leave your legs right where they are, and then bring your hands to your heart. You're going to inhale. You're going to exhale, point your fingers forward, send your spine back behind you. Inhale, push the air away as you flap your wings, send your heart forward. Exhale, send your spine back behind you. Inhale, hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Once more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale and inhale. All right. Now bring your right knee into your chest, hug your leg, and open it out to the side. Square your shoulders with the edge of your mat. Nice long mountain spine. Once again, your foot is anywhere along your right foot, the inside of your left leg. Your left leg is active, toes to the ceiling. No relaxing that leg. Inhale, your arms up above, fingers to the sky. Inhale, exhale, engage those abdominal muscles, fold over, hinge from your hip joint over your leg. Look up, release your right hand, follow it as it reaches up for the sky. As it comes down alongside your right hip, use your left hand as a lever, come up onto your right shin. And while you're here, let's take advantage of this long left leg and send your left arm alongside your ear and do a full body stretch this time. Whole full side body. And then let your left arm lead you back down. Right. Take your right ankle and place it on your left thigh. So we have a pigeon leg now. So we're going to start again with our birds. You can bend your left leg to bring your right leg in a little closer, so you can take your right leg into your arms or your hands for your pigeon. So take a look at your pigeon leg and think about that when you're on your belly and in pigeon leg. Now, typically when you're doing that, when you are doing it from down dog or any other pose, so rock your pigeon leg. Your foot won't be quite so high. It'll be down a little bit lower, but I just want you to memorize your pigeon leg and come to center. So you're going to send your foot away, but instead of taking the outside of your foot like we usually do, let's do Yogic Toe Lock. So you take your index finger and middle finger, you bring it between your big toe, and I'm going to call that your index toe, your second toe, and bring your thumb onto your big toe nail. And that big toe is really very strong, so you can rely on it. So your leg is still bent, your left arm is down for support. So now it's your decision if you want to straighten your leg. If this toe lock is something that you decide you hate, it's good for your foot, but you can then take the outside of your foot like we usually do. Now send it open to the side and let your left arm float. Bring your foot to center, switch. Take your big toe with your other hand, send it across the center line and float. Place your right foot outside your left thigh. Wrap your left arm around your right leg. Look over your right shoulder. Stay here and relax in this pose, or bring your right arm up alongside your right ear. Well, you should do this anyway. All right, so everybody should do this. So bring your right arm up and a counter twist to the other side. Look over your left shoulder. Now here's where you can stay put if you like. Got ahead of myself there. Step your right foot away from your left, and as you do that, you will roll over onto the outside edge of your left foot. Have your right foot far enough away so that when you swing your arm, lift your hips to come into a supported side plank, your knee will be either over or behind your ankle. This is a weight-bearing pose. Use your right hand as your guide to bring you back down to the mat. All right. All right, where were we? All right, legs straight out. Left leg comes in. Hug it. Make sure your right leg is active. No falling asleep there. Step. Oh no. Open it out to the side. I have to watch Bill to make sure I'm doing this right. Bring your arms straight up to the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, hinge over your extended leg. Look up. Release your left hand and arm and send it all the way up. Follow it, bring it down by your hip. Swing your right arm to bring you up onto your left shin. And then stretch your entire right side body. And then use your right hand to bring you back down to the mat. All right. All right, so let's come on to hands and knees. Oh, right. Okay, good. This way. Sorry about that. Okay, cross. Isn't it good that Bill is here? So cross your left ankle over your right thigh. Bring that knee, that leg, pigeon leg closer to you. Wrap it or hold it. Extend your right leg and cradle it and rock it, opening up your hip sockets. Come to center. Let's try that yogic toe lock again. Take hold of your toe. Send your leg forward. Maybe straighten it. Maybe send it out to the side and float your right arm. When you bring your foot to center, it's a little trickier on this side, right? But you can still do it. So take a moment and then send your leg across the center line, float your arm. Place your left foot outside your right thigh. Wrap your right hand around your left hand, turn to look over your left shoulder. Keep an eye on that long leg there, that it's still active, toes to the ceiling. Left arm reaches, counter twist. And those of you who wish to, send your left leg, it's hard to tell which is left and right when you're crisscross, and you come on to the outside of your right leg. Use your left arm to help you lift your hips and come up into a supported side plank. And then let your left arm guide you back down. Bend your knee, come down to the mat. All right. Take a breath, shake your legs out. Wiggle your toes after all that. If you did the little, even if you didn't do the toe lock, just wiggle. And let's come onto our hands and knees now. Okay, so we're going to start in our table, Kapatasana. Get your alignment. And then begin your cats and dogs, starting with your dog spine, sending your curve towards the mat. Your heart moves a little bit forward. And then arch your spine to the sky on your cat, on your exhale. And continue at your own pace, inhaling and exhaling in cat. When you come into your cat arch, push the mat away a little bit to allow your spine to arch just a little bit more, just a micro amount, but just to feel the sensation of your spine reaching up for the sky. And when you come to dog, feel the energy of your heart moving forward as your spine curls towards the mat. And then the next time you are in a cat, pause, and then send your hips to your heels. Keep your arms extended overhead, flat on the mat. Look between your hands, lift your hips, bring your hips forward as you lengthen your legs behind you, bringing your heart between your arms. Here again, push the mat away. Make sure you're not shrugging your shoulders. You want nice, long, strong arms. Turn under your toes. Downward facing dog. When you get your full alignment, remember chest to thighs, heels to the mat. Begin to walk your dog. Opening up the backs of your legs. And then come back to your dog. Come forward to plank. So we did a supported side plank just a little while ago. So now we're going to do one with our feet far apart. And we're going to swivel our feet so that the edges of our feet come to the mat as we fan open to the right. For a side plank. Bring your hands back to the mat, downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Step your feet a little bit away from each other so that you can swivel your feet and have both feet comfortably on the mat as you come in to your side plank on the other side. Lift those hips up. Bring your hand down, swivel your feet downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Bring your knees to the mat and come up to stand on your knees. Okay. Send your right leg out to the side. You have a choice with what to do with your foot. You can point your toes away from you, but make sure that your whole leg rotates. Your knee is going in the same direction as your toes. Or you can come back up onto your heel and just step on your foot so that your toes are pointed to your right. Either way, and it might actually depend on your leg. On this side, I do it better here because of my knee. So square your shoulders. So think about triangle pose, right? Where we stack, right? Where we have a nice long spine. Release your right hand and slide your hand down the top of your leg as far as you can comfortably come, and send your left arm up to the sky. Now, this is something that you may wish to try. You're going to bring your left arm parallel with the mat going towards the right. So that means a deeper hinge in your hips, and then lift your right arm so that both arms are parallel. And then bring both arms up to center, right? And take your left hand, place it, if you have a block, that would be great. Grab hold of your block and place it on the block. Or you can put your fingertips on the mat, or your whole hand, whichever works best for you. Right. Now send your right arm alongside your right ear, crown of your head reaching to the left, and then lift. Use your abdominal muscles here. This is what you need to do to build your core here. This is very important that you're using your abs so you'll protect your lower back. And then bring both arms up. Oh my goodness, we have another side to do. Okay. Take a moment. Then extend your left leg. Square your shoulders. Square your hips. Place your left hand on your left leg. And slide your hand down your left leg. Bring your right arm to the sky. Gate pose, Kapatasana. And then send your right arm alongside your right ear, crown of your head, reaching to the left. Lift your left arm, parallel arms. Bring both up to center. Right hand to the mat or a block. Left arm alongside left ear. Come as parallel to the mat as you can, but any amount is good. Then lift your right hand and use those abs. Use those abs. And then come back up to center and bring your knee back down, child's pose. And then you're going to meet me standing. Standing in mountain. And when you get there, just breathe. Just breathe and feel your whole body. Feel the length of your body. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale once more. Inhale and exhale. All right. So we're going to do a few flows. In the first one, we're going to visit the swan, and it's the first of our birds. So let's begin. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, send your right leg back behind you, low lunge, just for a moment. You're going to bring your right knee to the mat, turn over your toes, swing your arms forward, come up over your supporting knee. Inhale, exhale, slide forward, Vinyasa. Come back up. Inhale, exhale, slide forward. Bring your hands to the mat. Turn under your right toes, lift your knee away from the mat. Step your left foot back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg all the way up to the sky, toes as far away from the floor as possible. Then bend your knee and send your knee to the sky, your foot toward your buttock so that you can open up your hips. Then square your pelvis off with the mat. We're going to come forward to a hovering plank. We did this a couple weeks ago. And then back to dog. Inhale, hovering plank. Exhale. Inhale, you're going to bring your knee as far as possible between your hands and just place it down on the mat. And then release your left leg to the mat. So it's kind of like pigeon, only it's not. So your foot is underneath your thigh or your hip. You're going to look forward. This is Swan Pose. You're going to bend your elbows and dip into the lake. Maybe you see a nice little fishy you can have to eat, to drink, some water, and come back up, straight arms. Inhale, exhale, bow over. Inhale, straight arms. So if this is becoming a problem for your your right knee, just bring it back a little bit more, all right? Let's all do that. Let's make this a little bit easier, right? So that there's not as much of a bend in your knee. So your fingertips might be on the mat. And what you're going to do is slide them back. If you had blocks, you could do it with blocks. And you're going to send your wings alongside your body so that you can glide more beautifully on the lake, your palms facing your hips. Bring your arms up alongside your ears. Bring your hands to the mat. Turn under your left toes. Lift your knee away from the mat. Send your right leg up to the sky for a 3-limb dog. Bring your foot back down to the mat. You're going to step your right foot forward up to your hand. You could do that in 1, 2, 3, as many steps as you need. Step your left foot forward, Uttanasana. Hug your legs with your arms if you like. Then release them and fly out and up, prayer to your heart. Okay. Other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Left leg goes back. Come into your low lunge. Then drop your left knee to the mat, turn over your toes, swing your arms back alongside your hips. You're over your knee, your hips are over your knees. Swing your arms forward, slide your hips to the back of your right leg. Come back. Inhale, exhale, slide forward. Bring your hands to the mat, turn under your left toes, lift your knee away, step your right foot back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Straight leg first. Open hip as much as you can. Bring your right heel to the mat. Then bend your left knee. Left foot to right buttock, left knee to the sky, opening up your hips. Then square your hip with the mat and bring your foot back down to the mat. Yeah. Then lift your left leg again, bend your knee, come forward to hovering plank. Inhale, back to 3-limb dog. Back to hovering plank. Exhale, back to dog. On this third time, you're going to place your knee in between your hands or as close as possible. Turn over your right toes. Slide your hands a little bit back toward your knee. Bend your elbows and dip into the lake. Straight arms. One more little sip. Straight arms, slide your left leg back a bit so you can come up onto your knee to glide gracefully on the lake. Arms alongside your bodies, palms facing inward. And feel the majesty of the swan. Bring your arms up overhead, bring your hands to the mat, turn under your right toes, lift your right knee away, three-legged dog. Bring your foot back down to the mat. Pause for a moment in your down dog. Bend your left knee, step it forward. Take your time. Step your right leg forward, Uttanasana. This time, take opposite elbows and swing from side to side. And unfold. All right. So we have another bird sequence. We're going to go from pigeon to heron, the heron. So let's fly out and up and fold over our legs. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Let your right leg go back, let your left leg go back, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, bend your knee, slide your leg forward. This time, your right knee comes behind your right wrist. Your left ankle comes behind your left lift, but it'll be at an angle. It's not going to be straight across. Turn over your toes. Pigeon. Slide your left leg back so you can bring your hips closer to the mat. Remember to put a little padding under your right hip if your spine is not straight, if both hips are not even, right? And then come down, placing one hand on top of the other for a reclining pigeon. Kapatasana. Come back up onto straight arms. Roll over onto your right hip. You're going to swing, so make sure that your left leg is on the big toe side. You're going to either bend your knee and swing your leg around, or you're going to lift it and bring your straight leg all the way around and then step on it when you're facing forward. So your left leg should be in front of your right ankle. And if it's not, just fix it. And then you're going to take your left foot into your hands. Yeah, just for a moment. So wrap your hands around your foot. And you're going to lift your left leg. And I'm going to say now any amount, because not everybody is going to be able to straighten this leg. And, you know, there are all kinds of, even herons have different bodies, every one of them. So you're going to straighten your leg as much as you can. If you can get it as straight as you can, you're going to bend your elbows, bringing your nose towards your knee. the heron. And then bring your foot back down to the mat. Place your left leg in front of your right leg. Bring your hands in front of your legs, roll over your shins, step one leg back, step the other leg back, downward facing dog. Or just get to down dog. Right. Step your right foot forward, step your left foot forward. Uttanasana. Deep breath. On an inhale, fly, fly out, fly up. Bring your hands to your heart. Okay, let's go right to our pigeon on the other side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale halfway, exhale, fold. Left leg goes back, right leg goes back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up to the sky, bend your left knee, and you will be bringing your knee forward to come into your pigeon on the left side. Slide your right leg back, bring your hips close to the mat. Make a pillow with your hands for reclining pigeon. Come on to straight arms. Turn under your toes. Lift your knee away from the mat. Send your left leg back and up to a three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Step it forward. Step your right leg forward, Uttanasana. Fly out and up. Anjali Mudra to your heart. All right. Oh, we didn't do heron. Oh my gosh, we didn't do heron. Okay, on the left side. So we have to do heron. So come back down to the mat. All right. So your right leg will be in front of your left. You sure? No, we did that side. Yeah. Okay, so take hold of your right foot or whichever leg you didn't do last time. And bring your leg up. And then up a little bit more, or however far you wish to bring it. Bring your foot back down. And this time, just make your way back up to stand. Heron is such a fun bird. I can't forget heron. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll work with our, I don't think we have time for my whole eagle vinyasa. We'll do that another time. But we are going to send our eagle on a little bit of a journey now. So come to your mountain, sit in your chair, bring your legs close together, arms straight out in front of you. We've been doing a lot of eagles, so this should, you know, be a little bit easier by now, right? Come onto the ball of your right foot, cross it over your left, left over right with your eagle arms. And you're going to squat down. We're going to go slowly here. And then you're going to open up your wings. Your legs are still crossed, but you're bringing your weight onto your left leg so you can come in to a tree. So you've just flown into your tree. Make sure all 5 toes are flat on the mat. Yeah. And you'll grow your branches if you haven't already. But these are also eagle wings, right? So you're going to challenge your balance here by bringing Yoga Mudra behind you, but you're still looking at your drishti, your focal point, to help with your balance. Keep looking at some spot across the wall, across the room. And now you're going to take that drishti with you. As you look up, don't forget, you could always put your toes back on to the mat for a tree. Look up at the sky, the beautiful blue sky. It is so gorgeous. You cannot resist. You spread your wings. You send your knee forward. That's important. You lift your right leg. You're going to send it back behind you. You're lifting it up. Now you can send it back and place it on the mat, your toe on the mat, or you can lift it up and fly higher. And then bring your right leg back and land back in the tree. And then bring it down. All right. Other side. Come into your chair. Cross left over right. Right over left. Squat down. Spread your wings. Come into your tree. Send your arms back behind you. Keep looking at your drishti so you can do this. Look, take your drishti with you as you look up at the sky. Spread your wings. Knee is now facing forward. You can place your toes on the mat and fly away. Again, any amount, and you can step your left toes on the mat. You don't have to fly so high. And I just fell out of it. So then you're going to come back into your tree. And then release it all. All right. So I think that's been enough flying for one morning. So let's come back down onto the mat. Do it slowly, slowly. Right? Rolling your shoulders, bending your hips, nice and slowly come to the mat. And we're only going to have time for an inversion here, but we'll make it a nice long one. So come all the way down onto your back, your knees to the ceiling. Lift your hips. If you have a block or a blanket, slide it under your hips. If not, your hips will be flat on the mat. Make your arms as comfortable as you wish. Send one leg up to the sky, send the other. Legs against the wall. Viparina Karani. And you can come out of this anytime you wish to. Let's give it a few more seconds. All right, so bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, remove whatever you may have underneath you, and bring yourself into Shavasana. Feel your palms reaching upward in a receiving mudra. Feel your whole back body connecting with the earth. Feeling the pull of gravity. Om Namah Shivaya. I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Deepen your breath. Begin to reawaken your body. Roll your head from side to side. Make gentle movements with your hands and your feet. Send your arms back overhead and your legs and your feet in the opposite direction for a full body stretch. Then bring your knees into your chest, hug them, and roll from side to side. Come back to center. Release your legs and roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come to a fetal position. Then make your way up to sit. And if you are staying for a meditation, please get yourself ready. Please come into your chair or your seat, get yourself grounded. If you need to leave us today, just when you go out there, just listen for the birds, listen for the song, and have a glorious day. So let's come to center. Close your eyes. And follow your breath. Remember that at any time during this meditation, if you are distracted, you'll come back to your breath or an image that you have created in your mind's eye that you can focus on, or a feeling in your heart that you can focus on. And let that be your meditation. Now take a deep breath. And let it go, and then find yourself walking in a beautiful park. It may be one you know, it may be one you've never been to before. And as you walk on a path, you will come to a pond. And the path that you're on goes all the way around the pond. And so you begin to walk around to the other side. It's a small pond, walk around to the other side. But as you do, notice what's around you. Notice if there's any tall grass growing out of the pond around the sides. And listen. Perhaps you'll hear the frogs as they welcome you. Or maybe you will see a rabbit scampering in the grass, running across your path. It's early morning and the sun is just woken up. So the light is quite beautiful and soft still. And as you continue to walk, you notice the tall trees, you notice the pond to your right, and you continue to walk, and then you see that there is another path, a loop that comes back to the path you're on the other end. So you decide to take this little detour, and you go into the loop. And the way the sun is shining through, you've just noticed now for the first time how the leaves are changing color, getting darker. Announcing the beginning of summer. You see that the trees that had flowers before released their petals to reveal emerald green leaves. How beautiful. And as you look down at the path, this dirt path, you can feel the earth beneath you as you walk upon it. You feel connected to this earth. And you notice the different shapes and sizes of trees. And you see some fern at the base of a tree moving rapidly. Maybe it's a little bunny, and maybe it's a little fairy hiding from you. Let your imagination flow. See the breeze in the tree, the leaves fluttering, and feel the warmth of that breeze on your face. And as you come near the end of this loop back to the main path, the sun is brighter, and you can feel that the warmth of the sun on your whole body. And as you step a little bit further on to the path, you are suddenly almost overpowered with this beautiful fragrance, rich, sweet, succulent flavor, perhaps honeysuckle, or maybe another fragrant flora that you're familiar with. And you breathe it in, it's intoxicating. What a gift. What a beautiful gift. And it fills you up, and you feel so blessed by this gift. And as you continue to walk now in a different direction, you see a bridge. And you go towards the bridge, a wooden bridge, and it's over a stream, a narrow stream. But you walk up onto the bridge, and you notice how the stream is flowing so rapidly. The water navigating around rocks, over and under branches, how it's forever moving and changing, as if having a love tryst with the earth. And take a look around and see what else you see. Notice what else is there, the colors, the fragrances. As you step off the bridge to the other side, pay attention to the sounds you hear and notice bird song. So many different birds singing, perhaps calling to their mates, but they're all different sounds, even that woodpecker. As if, again, the earth brought you another gift, a beautiful treat for your ears, a symphony of sounds. And you continue on the path. And you walk up the path, up an incline, a slight incline. And you notice the trees on your right. And on your left is a rolling meadow. And it's so beautiful. The grass is so rich, like royal carpeting. And you wonder, my goodness, wasn't it just a couple of weeks ago, it was brown and dry. And now, how this beautiful carpeting has replaced the wilted. And you notice to your right where the trees are reaching for the sun. And you see one tree that looks like it's not doing so well. Its bark is peeling away from the trunk. Its trunk a grayish color. The branches look dry as if they would crack on the touch. The end of its life. Right next to it, a beautiful, thick, young tree reaching up for the sky, flowing its branches as if to create a canopy for the aging tree, for the ailing tree. How they work together. And you continue your journey. And as you look at the different colors, the yellows and browns across the meadow or near the horizon, it is such a treat for your eyes. And then you remember how good it feels to walk on the path, how close it connects you to earth. And you see these mighty trees and suddenly realize that you are breathing together. That as the tree exhales, you inhale. And as you exhale, it inhales. You're all one. And now you'll continue your walk and make your way back home. And as you do, you'll go through more of the park. And notice now what's around you. How deeply connected you are with this earth. And take your steps back home in silence, allowing yourself to see all the beauty of nature on your personal journey back home. Breathe in the fragrances, hear the bird song, feel the sun. And begin your final steps back home, back into your heart, into your body. Bring your hands to your heart, feel your heartbeat against your thumbs. Take another deep breath and let it go. And then gently open your eyes. Thank you all for being here with me today. Namaste. Have a glorious day. Okay.